Hey guys, and welcome to week 2 of our video series for Casa de la Cultura de Kentucky's Youth Mariachi program. This week we'll be learning a new song called Los Machetes. It's a very famous folklorico dance piece, and my hope is that we can learn it so that we can perform it together with Casa de la Cultura's folklorico dance group. It's a very traditional song, and it has a traditional dance that goes along with it that they use machetes to dance with. It's very cool. I hope that we can perform it live. This week I'm going to try something a little different. I'm actually going to be putting out 4 different videos for each section of the group so that you guys don't have to sit through an entire hour-long video or search all the way through it to find your part. So if you guys are ready, get your instruments in your hand and let's begin. Okay, here's how to play Los Machetes on La Vihuela. First, we need to tune our vihuela. So take out your tuner and let's tune up. Our first string should be E. Second string should be B. Third string should be G. Fourth string should be D. And your fifth string should be A. So pause the video if you need to, take a second and tune up, but you should have, once again, from the bottom up, E, B, G, D, and A. Two things you need to know about this song, very important. First, it's a ranchera polqueada, which means it's in 2/4 time, and the rhythm goes like this: 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're playing in between the counts. 1, 2, 1, 2. So we're playing on the ands. Second thing you need to know is that the song is in the key of G, which means we use the note G as the basis for all of our chords. G, of course, is going to be our primera, and this is how you do a G chord on a vihuela. You put your ring finger on the first fret on the third fret on the first string, and your thumb on the second fret on the 5th string, like that. That's a G. So, what we know about counting primera, segunda, tercera, your segunda is going to be the 5th note on the scale. So we count from G, we go G, A, B, C, D, and then we put on the 7th. So the 5th scale, the 5th note is a D, and the chord is going to be a D7. This is how you do a D7. Put your ring finger on the on the 2nd fret on the 1st string, your index finger on the 1st fret on the 2nd string, and your middle finger on the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, like that. So once again, ring finger, 2nd fret, 1st string, index finger, 1st fret, 2nd string, middle finger, 2nd fret, 3rd string. That's D7. And our tercera is the 4th note in the scale. So we go G, A, B, C. So our tercera is going to be C. To make a C, you put your index finger on the 1st fret on the 2nd string, your middle finger on the 2nd fret on the 4th string, and your ring finger on the 3rd fret on the 5th string, like that. That's a C. So once again, primera is G, segunda is D7, and tercera is C. Alright, we're ready to begin. The intro to the song is super easy. It's 3 notes, and it's just on the chord G. That's how the song starts. 1, 2, 1. Simple enough. Moving on to section A. We start on G. And if you look in your music, there's one empty measure right before section A, which is where the trumpets and violins come in. So we come in after they do. Excuse me. So the music starts. That's all of section A. Basically, it goes back and forth between G and D7, and in the last measure of it, the rhythm changes. It's important to look there. So if you notice, all the way up until measure 10, so measures 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, we're playing on the ands. We're going 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. But when we get to measure 10, right there, the first ending, we're playing right on 1 and 2. So it ends up going like this. 1 and 2 and 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 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 1 and over and over again. So it does that for the first and the second endings. So I'll play it again, once again, all the way through section A. Da 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 That's section A. Section B now uses all three chords. So we have primera, to tercera, to segunda, and back to primera. The music goes like this. Da 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 da. If we look here, the rhythm changes at measure 16 and measure 20. We have two little variations there. So once again, normally we're just playing on the ands, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. So we do the full circle. We go G, C, D7. When we get back to G, we go 1 and 2. Then we do it again. We do the circle, G, C, D7, and 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2. So every time we get back to G, we're doing a rhythm change. Here's all of section B again. We do the full circle, G, C, D7, G, G, C, D7, G. So the first time, it's 1 and 2. And the second time, it's 1 and 2. The first time twice, second time 3 times. Once again, here's all of section B together. So look over section B, make sure you're paying attention to those parts. Whenever we get back to the G, it does the rhythm change. Now, section 3 is a little bit different. It has one little chord change. So instead of a regular G, which is like this, we're now doing a G7, which is like that. So G7 on a vihuela, sorry, get the light out of there. G7 on a vihuela is your thumb on the 2nd fret on the 5th string again, and your index finger on the 1st fret on the 1st string. So this is a regular G, this is a G7. You move it down 2 frets. That's a G7. But the rest of it's pretty much the same, it's just a ranchera. So, section C, once again, it has a first and second ending, and the only difference is that the second ending, it has a rest on the second beat instead of playing both of them. So once again, here's all of section C. So right there, you take the DS. Look at the end of section C. Right there, you see it says DS 2 times y al coda. So that means we go through this entire section, A, B, and C, twice, complete, from start to finish and then back to the start again, 2 times completely, and then on the third time we take the coda to the ending. So right there at the end of section C, so it goes back to the seño at the top of the page. That's back to section A. So here's a playthrough from the beginning all the way through to the coda. I'll take you through twice so that we don't have to repeat it 3 times and you don't have to watch me do this 3 times, but I want you to be aware of where the DS is, where we go back to section A, and where the coda is, where we take it to the ending. So here's the beginning. 1, 2, ready, go. Beginning. Section B. Coda. So you'll notice the second time that I did the coda and the ending, it's faster. So the ending after the coda is exactly like section A, except the second time we go much faster, and on the second ending we do the outro, which is just like the intro. And that's the whole song. Right after this, I'm going to include a playthrough with the audio of the song and the actual sheet music where you can read along and play along with the recording. Hopefully this helps, and if you have any questions, please make sure you ask me. Send me a message or comment on the video, whichever you like. Thanks, good luck.